Savannah was invited to one of her classmates, Linda's apartment for a fun movie night. When she got there, she met some friends from college, Owen and Jeffrey. The four friends gossiped for a while about rumors going on in the college. Soon, they started searching for a movie they could watch. The four chose to watch something scary, something that would really have them afraid to close their eyes and sleep at night. After suggesting a few movies, the friends finally settled on a really interesting short film they found online. Whoa, that was definitely entertaining. Let's watch another one, you guys. I'm totally hooked. Are these stories real or what? Real. Please, Jeffrey. Ghosts aren't real. Yeah, but what about the creatures of unseen? Ghosts, spirits, the unseen, I don't know what you call them, but perhaps there is a world out there. You're joking, right, Owen? You really don't believe in this stuff. No, Savannah, I actually know someone who can communicate with them. Oh yeah? Who's that, your imaginary friend? I'm not joking, Linda. He's my aunt's fiance, Harold. A couple years back, something happened to him. I don't know if he told anyone, but he definitely hasn't told me what happened. But I'm sure something strange must have occurred, because Harold suddenly got this unusual ability to communicate with the spirit world. He can summon the spirits of the deceased. I asked him a few times, but he really doesn't like to talk about it, nor does he actually like to do it. He gets many requests from people to give him a chance to speak to their deceased loved ones, a chance to have closure with them, but Harold refuses them. But sometimes, he does do it. He communicates with the spirits. That's pretty creepy. Where is he? Does he live around here? You guys don't actually believe Owen. If spirits don't exist in the first place, how did this guy Harold communicate with them? They do exist. I've seen him do it. My aunt and Harold lives in Laguna Beach here in California. They've been engaged for a few years now. They own a small beach house there. Harold has a store. It's pretty popular with all the tourists in the area. I usually go there every summer for a couple of days or a week. The location is awesome. The sun, the waves, and especially a chance to hang out with Harold is the best. It's a 7-hour drive from San Jose. I'm going this summer. Hey, why don't you guys come along? It will be fun, for 3 or 4 days, unless of course you're too spooked out already. There was only about a month before everyone was off on summer vacation, and a few days by the beachside didn't sound too bad. The friends agreed to go to Laguna Beach for 4 days in the last week of June. Savannah and Linda had a few common classes together at the university. All the friends had only one common class in which they were together, and that was Sociology 300. The rest of the school year went by pretty busy, and the friends didn't have much free time to get together again until summer arrived. A few days before Owen was preparing to leave San Jose, he called up Savannah, Linda, and Jeffrey and confirmed if they were going. Savannah, Linda, and Jeffrey were all excited about going. And on the next Friday morning, they all took turns driving. The long road trip didn't turn out that bad, and they were at Laguna Beach before they even realized it. Owen, how are you? Harold and I were waiting for you. Are these your friends? Yeah, Aunt Jess. This is Savannah, Linda, and Jeffrey. They go to the same college as me. Where's Harold? He's down at the store. Come on in, you guys. Harold will be here by 7. The friends all went inside and freshened up. Owen fetched the idea of playing some volleyball at the beach before sunset. But around 7, the friends all cornered Owen. Didn't your aunt say Harold would be home by 7? Come on, let's go back. They all returned home. They found Harold sitting back on the couch with Jess. He was kind and polite and called everyone inside. Owen introduced his friends while his aunt brought in some snacks. So Harold, Owen tells us you have a special power? Really, Owen? You know I don't like showing off these things. Haha. Yeah, Harold, Savannah, Jeffrey, and Linda have been bugging me since we got here. No, Owen, I'm sorry. I don't know if I should get you youngsters wrapped up in all of these things. Please, Harold, don't turn down our request. We came here from so far just to meet you. After a lot of insistence, Harold finally agreed. He took everyone to one of the rooms. The room had a lock on it. Everyone was pretty curious as to what was in the room. But when they got inside, they found it absolutely empty. All there was a circular wooden table and some chairs lined around it. The room was dark. Harold went to one corner and poured something into a small tin container and brought it over to the table. He lit it on fire. What's this about? Where are the lights? I can't communicate with the spirits in the presence of electricity. There isn't any source of electricity in this room. I've learned even the sockets interfere. I won't be able to concentrate if there's anything in this room to hinder my connection. Candles don't seem to work either. When the spirits arrive, they'll all go out. I've lit some oil on fire. This is the only source of light we can use. Savannah was fascinated by Harold's technique. Linda and Jeffrey chuckled as they sat down around the table. There was one chair left empty. Harold placed a glass bowl on the chair and poured in a fluid. Why a glass bowl? And what are you pouring inside? It's better you don't know. And this is just pure distilled water. No, Harold, please tell us. All right, but maybe some other day. So who are you going to call down? Someone that you all are fans of. Let me focus. Don't be afraid once the spirit arrives. Keep calm. Harold closed his eyes. He looked like he was thinking about something. He furrowed his brow and tried to focus. The friends were all staring at one another for a few minutes. Nothing happened. But suddenly, the table began to shake, and they heard a voice. Hello? Savannah peered around. She looked under the table. Where was the voice coming from? Are we speaking to Edgar Allan Poe? Yes. Why have I been called here? These youngsters are great fans of yours. They wanted a chance to speak to you. This is unbelievable. Are we really speaking to late Edgar Allan Poe? Why, yes, you are. I am Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know, this is crazy. How can this be? How do we really know it's you? Before you get to know me, perhaps you might want to get to know each other. What do you mean? I can see much going on in here, among you all. Maybe all I should say before I go is that some secrets don't permit themselves to be told, and one of you is hiding a deep, dark secret. The voice seemed to be coming from the empty chair. Savannah was thundered. What was going on? How could she hear a person talking right next to her and not see him? Jeffrey was overawed, while Linda was still a little skeptic, but by the look on her face, she looked terrified. Savannah too was skeptic about it. There must have been some recorder, somewhere, something. This was impossible. After a while, Harold opened his eyes. The room became silent. Everything was calm. Owen smirked. I told you guys it was real. No way, Harold. Have you always had these powers? Tell us how you did it. Harold chuckled. You guys are still young. You have a long life ahead of you. Focus on your futures. Perhaps I'll leave that story for another day. Linda gave a nervous smile. She wasn't sure what to say. She couldn't understand what happened. Savannah didn't believe any of this. She exchanged a look with Linda. She then cleared her voice and said, Harold, I can see that you have an extraordinary power. I know you don't do this for any sort of closure or emotional attachment, but I have a small request. If you would please hear me out. Go on. My brother, Stephen. He was only 14 years old when he passed away. When we were young, I often used to tease and play with him. I have so many memories with my little brother. Sometimes I wish I could speak to him a last time. It's my request to you. Would you please call him? Allow me a chance to speak with him just one more time. Harold took a minute. He looked down and pondered over the matter. He then raised his head and looked at Savannah's face. Savannah looked heartbroken. All right, I'll try. What is his name? Stephen Fox. Harold poured some more oil into the container. The fire got a little brighter, and all the friends huddled together anxiously waiting on Harold. Harold closed his eyes. Stephen Fox, can you hear me? I have a loved one here, your sister. She wants to speak with you. Harold held his head and squinted. Stephen, are you there? He tried to focus. Savannah could see that something was bothering him. Harold looked tensed. He clenched his fist. Something must be wrong. It's never this difficult to communicate with the spirit, unless... Harold closed his eyes and focused again. He furrowed his brow and murmured something. Wait, don't go, stay with us. He gritted his teeth and pressed on the sides of his forehead. I don't understand. I thought I had him. I heard him for a few seconds. All the voices are vague. After a while, Harold gasped for breath and sat up. His forehead was covered in sweat. Savannah, there seems to be a problem. Something is wrong. I know if I try, I'll be able to bring him, but I'm afraid something terrible may follow that. These communications aren't child's play. It's another world we're dealing with. I can't do this, Savannah. I'm sorry. Savannah sighed. How did your brother pass away? Was it an unnatural death? No, it was a normal death. He passed away from a sickness. They watched Harold throw away the water from the glass bowl. They were shocked to see the water had turned yellow. The friends all left the room. Harold locked up the room again. It had been a few hours that they had been occupied. They all went back to their rooms. You think he was faking it the whole time? I don't know, but it sure wasn't a coincidence when he couldn't call down your brother. What are you guys talking about? You guys heard the voice yourself. Are you the ones keeping a secret? Savannah went to her room. She checked her phone. She could see the notification button flickering. She was surprised to see numerous missed calls from her mother and her father. She quickly called her father back. Hello? Dad? I just saw your calls. Is something wrong? Savannah, as soon as it's morning, you have to come back to San Jose. Something terrible has happened to your brother. We're in the hospital with him right now. What do you mean? What happened? Is Stephen okay? We were having dinner. Your brother suddenly started to have chest pain. We tried to do whatever we could to bring down the pain, but nothing seemed to be working. We called an ambulance immediately. The doctor said we almost lost him. His heart stopped beating for moments before he returned. What are you saying? Savannah, your brother has gone into coma. He's not responding. The doctors can't explain what happened to him all of a sudden. Take a flight if you need to, but get here fast. Stephen, are you there? Wait, don't go, stay with us. I don't understand. I thought I had him. I heard him for a few seconds. All the voices are vague. I can't do this, Savannah. I'm sorry. Savannah broke out into a cold sweat. Had this happened because Harold tried to communicate with Stephen's spirit? Savannah was shaking in anxiety. Was this all her fault? Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.